Hello friend. Welcome to MovieMark. Today we have brought you some amazing top 12 action adventure and fantasy movies, which are masterpiece movies forever. Hope you will like them. So let's start today's video. Number 12. Everly. This movie based on action thriller genres, with 5.1 IMDb rating. Everly, trapped into sexual slavery and abused and assaulted while being forced to work for the brutal Japanese criminal overlord Taiko, is attacked in her apartment by Taiko's enforcers after he discovers that she has been working with a police officer to damage his organization. Although Taiko expected his men to kill her easily after torturing her, Everly retrieves a gun she had hidden in the toilet and manages to kill all of her attackers. Taiko then begins a sadistic game of toying with Everly, dispatching numerous hired killers and offering the other prostitutes in the building a bounty if they manage to kill her. Number 11. 1,000 Words. This movie based on comedy drama fantasy genres, with 5.8 IMDb rating. After stretching the truth on a deal with a spiritual guru, literary agent Jack McCall finds a Bodhi tree on his property. Its appearance holds a valuable lesson on the consequences of every word he speaks. Literary agent Jack McCall uses his gift of gab to get various book deals, and he is not afraid to stretch the truth to get them. While he is trying to get a deal from New Age self-help guru Dr. Sinja, he sees through Jack's deceit and agrees to the deal, only to later deliver a 5-page book. Number 10. Into the Woods. This movie based on adventure comedy drama fantasy genres, with 5.9 IMDb rating. A baker and his wife wish for a child but suffer under a curse laid upon their family by a witch. The witch had found the baker's father robbing her garden when the baker's mother was pregnant, and demanded their baby in return. Because the baker's father also stole some magic beans, the witch's own mother punished her with the curse of ugliness. The witch is able to lift the curse and allow the baker and his wife to have a child only if they obtain 4 items for a potion to break her curse: a cow as white as milk, a cape as red as blood, hair as yellow as corn, and a slipper as pure as gold, none of which she is allowed to touch. Number 9. I Remember You. This movie based on drama horror mystery fantasy genres, with 6.1 IMDb rating. Freyr, a doctor in a city in Iceland, assists local police when an elderly woman is found hung inside of an old church. Crosses are found carved into her back, which is assumed to be the result of domestic abuse, but when the dead woman's husband insists he never touched her, policewoman Dagny links the death to the mysterious disappearance of a young boy, Bernotis, who vanished decades earlier. Dagny shows him a photograph of Bernotis's classmates, with 8 of their faces scratched out with crosses. She explains that the classmates were known for bullying Bernotis, who had crosses carved on his back from his ultra-religious, abusive father. Number 8. We Have a Ghost. This movie based on adventure comedy family genres, with 6.1 IMDb rating. Seeking a fresh start in Chicago, the Presley family moves into a dusty fixer-upper they soon realize comes with a catch: a ghost in the attic named Ernest. Despite Ernest's attempts at scaring teenage son Kevin, the detached, music-obsessed teen soon finds a kindred spirit in this trapped soul from the 70s and commits to helping him. Number 7. Megan.
I'm Megan. Baby.
This movie based on horror science fiction thriller genres, with 6.4 IMDb rating. A robotics engineer at a toy company builds a lifelike doll that begins to take on a life of its own, when Gemma suddenly becomes the caretaker of her orphaned 8-year-old niece, Katie. Gemma's unsure and unprepared to be a parent. Under intense pressure at work, Gemma decides to pair her M3GN prototype with Katie in an attempt to resolve both problems, a decision that will have unimaginable consequences. Number 6. Kano. This movie based on action-adventure drama genres, with 6.5 IMDb rating. While she fights a heroic battle against the Spanish besieger with her female army, Kano, driven by hate and sorrow of the execution of her youngest daughter, is threatened to also lose her eldest daughter, because her fear and pain are covered by her stubborn closeness. Kano is a 2014 Dutch/Hungarian/Belgian action film directed by Martin Cherniat. 1. The film is inspired by the true story of Cano, who led an army of women in the siege of Haarlem by the Spaniards in 1572 during the 80 Years' War between the Netherlands and Spain. Number 5. Kong Skull Island. This movie based on action-adventure fantasy genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. A washed-up monster chaser convinces the US government to fund a trip to an unexplored island in the South Pacific. Under the guise of geological research, the team travels to Skull Island. Upon arrival, the group discover that their mission may be complicated by the wildlife which inhabits the island. The beautiful vistas and deadly creatures create a visually stunning experience that is sure to keep your attention. In 1944, two World War II fighter pilots, American pilot Hank Marlowe and Japanese pilot Gunpei Ikari, parachute onto an island in the South Pacific after a dogfight and engage in close combat until the fight is interrupted by a giant ape. Number 4. Alive. This movie based on action drama horror genres, with 6.3 IMDb rating. The rapid spread of an unknown infection has left an entire city in ungovernable chaos, but one survivor remains alive in isolation. It is his story. Oh Jun-woo is alone in his family's apartment when zombies begin to attack and infect people outside. When he inspects the apartment hallway, a neighbor barges in. He begs to stay, but becomes a zombie and attacks Jun-woo. Jun-woo pushes him out and locks the door, then watches a large zombie attack his neighbor through the peephole. Jun-woo then receives messages from his parents telling him they are safe. Number 3. Contraband. This movie based on action crime drama genres, with 6.4 IMDb rating. Chris Faraday once smuggled illegal items or contraband into the country on freighters. He left that life behind, got married, has a family and went legit. But when his brother-in-law got involved with Briggs, a drug dealer, and when he blew a deal, Briggs demands restitution which he can't deliver. So Chris offers to find a way to pay Briggs, but then he threatens Chris' family if he doesn't deliver. So he gets on a freighter destined for Panama and he sets out to bring back some counterfeit currency. Number 2. Aquaman. This movie based on action-adventure fantasy genres, with 6.8 IMDb rating. In 1985 Maine, lighthouse keeper Thomas Curry rescues Atlanta, the queen of the underwater kingdom of Atlantis, during a storm. They fall in love and have a son named Arthur, who has the power to communicate with sea creatures. Number 1. A Quiet Place Part 2. This movie based on drama horror science fiction genres, with 7.2 IMDb rating. In the fictional rural town of Millbrook, New York, during a Little League game, the Abbott family, wife Evelyn, husband Lee, deaf daughter Reagan, and sons Marcus and Bo, and other spectators witness a strange meteor-like object hurtle towards the Earth. Hostile extraterrestrial creatures emerge from the meteor attack and begin slaughtering people. The blind creatures possess armored skin, have extraordinary speed and strength, and track victims with hypersensitive hearing, attacking anything that makes noise. So friends, I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching.